but what an adventure in Moremi, hey? Right, so I am in the beautiful MAXX National Park, and behind me is the amazing baobabs. Now what I thought I would do while walking here on the Pan is chat to you guys about the experience I've had with Cooper tires. The Cooper ST Maxx is the tire I've had fitted to the 200 series. I've done 50,000 kilometers of sand, mud, lots of tar road driving, lots of gravel road driving, sharp rocks, you name it. And is it worth it, or is it something you should consider when you're considering an off-road tire for your overlanding vehicle? Well, these are my findings. Tires are one of the most controversial topics in overlanding. And to be honest, who cares what brand you have, as long as it gets you out there? Some people become so aggressive if you run a certain brand of tire, and it's something I've never understood. That being said, I was one of those people that wouldn't change brands because I trusted the tires I had on, but the change to the ST Maxx's was one of the best changes I've ever made. These tires have taken me to the most incredible places. Tires are probably the most important aspect of the vehicle, and these tires have certainly got me back from every trip feeling very confident. A reminder that this video represents my experience with the Coopers and does not mean other people have had the same. Right, so like I said, these ST Maxx's have done 50,000 kilometers in the last year and a half or so, and I'm absolutely chuffed with these things. Hey, they are a hybrid tire, so that's between an all-terrain and a mud terrain. I think it's just the right compromise when it comes to a tire for an overlander. There was no point in me really going for their mud terrain, even though it looks great and I'm sure it's an amazing tire. There was no point because 90% of what I drive is either dirt road or tar road. But that being said, I have done quite a lot of mud work since I've got these, and they perform excellently. Definitely better than what I had before, especially in the mud. What a difference, hey? And I've rotated the tires sort of every 5,000 Ks. Rotate, balance, align, you know, try to get the longevity I need out of these things. They look amazing for a tire that's done 50,000 Ks of hard overlanding. And yeah, one of the most important things with these tires, I think, is to let down the pressures when you hit the dirt, the mud, anything, especially the sand. You know, in the Kalahari, I let them down to 0.8 to get up that one sand dune, no problems. With any tire, I'd recommend doing that, obviously. Letting tires down to the appropriate pressure for the road conditions and load of the vehicle is vitally important in order to get the maximum longevity out of the tires that you possibly can. The only damage I've sustained with the ST Maxx's was losing one of them to a lion in the Kalahari. All other sidewall damage is all artificial, and the sidewalls still look great after taking a hammering. These tires have been exceptional in all off-road conditions, but how do they perform on the surface that we spend most of our time on? Right, so like I said, most of what us as overlanders drive is tar roads. Look, the odd trip you might try to take all the dirt roads up to a place and back, which is what we try to do sometimes, but overall when you're driving around town as a daily driver, because the 200 series is my daily driver, it's on tar roads. And I've never had this vehicle with standard OE tires, the tires that come with the 200, which is more road biased tire. And I obviously changed from a previous brand to the ST Maxx. And is there more rolling resistance on the ST Maxx? Yes, that's to be expected because it's got a very, very aggressive tread pattern. Are they noisy? Well, I ran a test. So I get my tires rotated and balanced every 5,000 kilometers, and I can hear them when I don't have the music on and I'm really trying to listen for them. Then I can hear the ST Maxx's. But if I'm listening to music, then I can't hear them. It's actually amazing how quiet they are considering how aggressive the tread pattern is. And then I did the test of only rotating them on a 10,000 kilometer basis, which is not what I normally do, but it was just interesting to find out, do they get noisier the longer you wait to rotate and balance them? And they do, but it's not really noticeable. I can't believe how quiet they are for such an aggressive tire. And the biggest difference in changing to the ST Maxx's is the performance in the wet conditions on the tar road. It is just a game changer. These tires are a game changer. When I hit the brakes at an emergency stop and the road is full of water from some rain or whatever, it almost pulls the skin off your face. That's how amazing these tires are in the wet. Really, for a proper all-terrain or hybrid, they are incredible in the wet. I'm not worried about braking, and I used to be with the previous tires that I had on. These are just unbelievable in the wet. Even with the slight increase in rolling resistance, I haven't noticed any change in my fuel consumption. So you guys might have also noticed that I've got some new wheel rims on the 200. Now, I didn't really want to change the wheel rims. I used the original wheel rims for 6 years, and there's no reason to really change them. I think they look great. The reason I did change, and I went with a brand called Dirty Life, these are the Dirty Life Theories, is simply because of load rating. Now, I don't have the stats with me now, but I'll put them below. The load rating on these rims is unbelievable. Seriously, seriously high. Definitely better than the standard rims, and they look great as well. The only thing I would remind you about in going for something like this, just make sure you know your offsets. This has got a wider offset compared to my previous rims, so they do stick out a little more. and the 200's not a narrow vehicle, but I have fitted through everything so far. But I really enjoy these things. They look amazing, and like I said, the load rating with the load that I'm carrying, it's a good option. Dirty Life Theories, check them out. Ultimately, you know, I'm not paid to make this video. This is just done for your guys' interests. I've had a lot of questions about the tires and why I run them, and it's just, you know, it's just awesome. And I gotta say thank you to Cooper for making a tire perfectly suited to the Overlander. You can go and do the rough stuff. You can drive it around town. You can have confidence braking in the wet. It's just a perfect all-rounder. Like I said, I've done the rock work, I've done the mud, done the sand, done corrugation, done everything with them, and they are just an incredible tire. The performance is just unbelievable. Really. You know, I've fitted a lot of stuff to this car, and I always have a top 5 of the products that I've fitted. And the Cooper ST Maxx's are without a doubt in that top 5. Just brilliant, eh? With these tires, I have the confidence that they will take me to even more incredible, rough and remote places over the next 50,000 kilometers. And for me, it's a no-brainer. Anyways, in next week's episode, I meet up with Chris and Ryan, and we head to Limpopo. And I know what you guys are thinking, why go to Limpopo again? You guys are always going to Limpopo and the Kruger and etc. This time, there's a twist. Anyways, see you guys next week. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Both the Cooper ST MAXX Tyres and Dirty Life rims are available from Tire Life Solutions. Website is linked in the description below. Join us next week for a very special trip up into Mpumalanga and Limpopo. Until the next adventure, cheers.